The sun lingered low in the horizon, its amber glow spreading across the silent suburban street, stretching long ghost-like shadows across the yard of our house. Once this place had been a refuge alive with warmth and laughter, a symbol of dreams and promises we once believed in. But now it felt empty, as though the walls themselves grieved for something broken, something that could never return. In the early days, everything between James and me seemed enchanted, like a moment pulled straight from a romantic film. There was fire, wonder, and the kind of devotion that convinced you it could defeat anything. But as the years passed, something shifted. An unseen heaviness settled over me. A restless ache I couldn't name, like a faint whisper reminding me something important was missing. It all started on an ordinary evening. After dinner, we sat on the couch, wine glasses resting in our hands. The quiet hum of the television filled the room, but my thoughts drowned out its noise. With a dry throat and a trembling voice, I finally turned to James. "James," I asked carefully, "what would you think about opening up our relationship?" For a breathless moment, only silence followed. His eyes fixed on me, his brows knitted, his expression unreadable. The seconds dragged on painfully before he finally exhaled, sinking back into the cushions. Days later, he was gone. I called, I messaged, but there was no reply. It felt as though James had disappeared into thin air, leaving behind nothing but an empty chair at the dinner table and the suffocating quiet of his absence. The unanswered questions spun endlessly in my mind. How could he vanish like this? After everything, after giving me the freedom to explore, how could he simply walk away? Panic and guilt devoured me. Had I pushed too far? Was it truly my fault? My thoughts spiraled downward into doubt and regret. Then one afternoon I noticed something different. His suitcase. It was missing from its usual spot in the closet. Such a small detail, yet it struck with crushing force. James hadn't left suddenly. He had planned this. Quietly, deliberately, while I remained blind to it. Driven by desperation, I did what I never imagined I'd do. I searched through his things, my hands shaking as I pulled open drawers and shuffled papers. That's when I uncovered them. The letters, hidden beneath the false bottom of his desk. They sat there like shadows, waiting to be found. Each one revealed pieces of the months before his departure. Pages filled with the silent unraveling of our life together. One line carved itself into my memory. "I wanted us to be happy, but I can't pretend anymore. I need to be free." His words sliced deeper than any spoken fight. He had suffered quietly, drowning in doubts while I embraced the liberty he had granted me. The truth was clear. James hadn't just left. He had crafted his exit with quiet resolve. While I sought new experiences, he was preparing to abandon me in that very world. He had given me permission to bend the rules of our marriage, only to shatter them himself in a way that left me devastated. The days that followed blurred together. Anger and tears became my constant shadows. Yet no matter how often I cried or cursed his name, the void remained. James had vanished, erasing himself as though our years together had never been real. Just when I believed I couldn't endure another moment of this endless limbo, a message arrived. The glow of my phone lit up the darkened room, its simplicity almost cruel. It was from him. "I'm sorry for everything, Lily. I never wanted it to end this way, but I couldn't go on living a lie. I hope you find what you're searching for." His words were brief, but they destroyed me. It wasn't closure. It wasn't clarity. It was proof of what I dreaded. James was gone, in every sense. He had left me to pick through the ruins of the life we once built. I stared at the screen, numb and hollow. What had I really gained from the freedom I chased? What had I given up in my search for something I couldn't even name? The answers didn't arrive all at once. They came in fragments, during sleepless nights, in the echoing silence of our home. Days bled into weeks, and slowly, painfully, I began piecing myself back together. The grief didn't fade. It lingered like a shadow, reminding me of all I had lost. Yet amidst the wreckage, clarity surfaced. I had thought freedom meant endless choices, outside validation, or chasing excitement. but real freedom came from within. It was about being at peace with myself, respecting my own needs, and refusing to trade them for temporary thrills. Now, as I stand in the stillness of what was once our home, I feel that truth settle deep inside me. The house is quiet, but it no longer feels like a grave. It feels like a new beginning, a chance to redefine myself, not as someone looking for answers in others, but as someone strong enough to find them within. Life delivers lessons we never ask for. Mine was about love, betrayal, and the resilience required to rebuild. Though the path was filled with pain, it shaped me into someone stronger, someone who understands that true stability and self-respect are the roots of genuine freedom. And with that, I take my first step forward, leaving the shadows of the past behind.